Hey guys, John Jones here. Hope everybody had a happy 4th of July. Hope everybody was safe. Thank you for viewing another episode of Tuesday Morning Coffee. Coming to you every Tuesday morning. Real quick, guys, I want to tell you about, we're going to be off talking about real estate related stuff today. I went to a seminar a couple weeks ago. Gary Keller, the owner of Keller Williams, spoke at it. He's a really neat guy. He's written a lot of books. He's very professorial, much of a teacher, not a rah-rah guy. And he brought something up, hit me right between the eyeballs, just on some things in my life. And I want to share that with you, and hopefully this will encourage you guys. He showed kind of a model here that basically what this says is average, and in the middle is average. Over here is perfect failure, over here is perfect success. What he went on to say, there is nobody in this world that is a perfect failure, and there is nobody in this world that is a perfect success. However, we must strive to get to this. The problem is most people in America are very, very satisfied with average. Just enough to get by, just enough to keep the creditors away, just enough in whatever area of your life we're talking about, whether it's business, any passion you have. Most people that play the guitar are just good enough to be average, and they're okay, you know. So it's what you want out of life, but there probably is something in every aspect of your life. There's that one thing that you are passionate about. And it doesn't have to be money related, but in my life it happens to be my family. And so to make that happen, I have to do well in my business, which happens to be real estate. Okay? And what I have been missing probably the last few years, because we have been in such a phenomenal market, is it's been dadgum easy. Okay? It's been really easy. And some of my success was probably in spite of myself, not because of myself. And what I mean is, if you want to be great in anything, if you want to be great, there have been studies shown that it takes 10,000 hours of practice. Okay? So in other words, about 4 hours a day. Do I apply 4 hours a day of practicing to my real estate business? No. Why? Because the last 7-8 years I haven't had to. The phone calls kept coming in, the buyers kept calling, the sellers kept calling. We just went out and helped them. Okay, and when I'm working with a buyer or seller, that's not work, in my opinion, and in Gary Keller's opinion. That's game time. The work part of it is getting in front of those people, and that's what we have to get back to. So whether it's real estate, it could be any type of sales. Are we time blocking? Are we putting in the time every morning before noon, while we're fresh, while they say 80% of the business happens before lunch, okay? And the reason for that is because that's when you're at your best. That's when I'm at my best. You call me about 5 o'clock in the evening, I'm not that good at 5 o'clock in the evening. So what are you doing before noon? Are you time blocking? If you're wanting to become a better Christian, what are you doing with your Bible study, with your devotion, with your prayer time? Are you blocking off time every day to do that? If you want to be a better golfer, are you time blocking? Are you practicing? Are you just going out and playing? And that's okay. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you want, whatever's important in your life, okay? And it just woke me up. A couple other things that he said. Little effort becomes a habit and usually leads to little rewards. Big effort becomes a habit and leads to big results. The last few years, it didn't take a lot of effort to be pretty good at something. Okay, but now if I use that same effort that I used the last 5 years, then with a more challenging market, I'm going to have problems. Big effort becomes a habit. So I've got to make big effort become a habit in my business. You better get to do the things you do not necessarily love to get to this right side. In other words, it's not all skateboards and hula hoops to get over here. You have to do the things, the little things, and sometimes the things you don't just absolutely love to get over here, okay? And that always reminds me of football practice. I never loved going to football practice. I don't know too many people that did. It's not a lot of fun. But for us to become a better team, we had to practice. The Patriots just don't show up at the Super Bowl. That's the fun. The game's the fun time. What do you do to get to the game? What do you do to prepare for the game? Once you're in the game, it's going to be, your success is going to be determined on what you did during the week to prepare for that game. So for me, a listing appointment is not necessarily, that's the stage where I get to use what I have done during the week to prepare is going to determine the success I have at that listing appointment. So guys, remember that. The key to it is time blocking, making time, focus, and do the things that you don't necessarily love to do to reach your goals. Okay? Thanks. Hope this was a good, encouraging message to you. It really opened my eyes, and we'll talk to you next time.